Hello, America. Stan 2.0 here. If you watch these videos in sequence and you've made it this far, I highly appreciate it because a lot of this is probably our only hope for having our kids stop dying on the streets, curing the criminal thinking problem, and childhood trauma, which we suffer from massively. So I appreciate it if you made it this far because it means a lot to me. We just got past the most important part where, we realized the demonic agenda. All these people, I know personally, right after this, I was like, wait a minute. You had this all along and you've spent $700,000 incarcerating me over the years, and I've done how much crime and suffered how much, and how many of my friends have died, and you had this shit the whole time? What? Oh, hell no. I'm going on the internet and telling everybody. So I'm in the program, we do this substance twice, and it's like grandpa smacking the shit out of you. Twice. And now the portions of the food are meager, you've fasted for the 2 days before you actually did it, and you come out of it, and you hope that the portions of the food are going to get better, because you're really hungry. There's going to be the last step. So you got smacked by grandpa, now you need a hug from grandma. Just to seal it all off. Let's talk about grandma. Okay? So, you guys have seen Joe Rogan. You guys have seen the people going down to Peru, drinking the stuff in the jungle. I don't agree with all that. Like, people going down there to cure trauma and drinking this shit? Nah. It doesn't work like that. Let's go back to when I first did DMT. I first did DMT before I was addicted to opiates, before I was addicted to meth, I was a large pot grower. And we used to have warehouses and stuff. Not proud of it. I think the whole weed legalization thing and all our kids smoking pot was a horrible decision, especially when our kids don't even know whether they're cats or dogs, and our leaders seem to be completely paid off and puppets, and all our kids are dying in the streets. The last thing we need to be doing is all smoking weed, especially all our kids. This is crazy. So I apologize for that. I was one of the people like, legalize it, bro. No. Yeah, I've totally reversed my outlook on that. Yeah, completely. But nonetheless, this is what happened. This is what happened to Daniel 1.0. So there was a period of time, sometime around 2010, and something that was always on the TV, just playing in the background, was Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. We used to go to these raves, those places that, give our kids horrible dopamine imbalance between the music and the massive amount of drugs they ingest, and just make them into like cattle because they just suffer from a dopamine balance, and the only drug that can cure them of this dopamine balance after they get it is illegal in our country. Yeah, those places. Those places. So we used to go to these places a lot because obviously this was some kind of demonic joke that they just wanted to get us all strung out on dopamine. And so we used to go to these places and we used to just live the Hunter S. Thompson life. We used to go to Las Vegas and live the Hunter S. Thompson life too. I had smoked DMT around that time. And I continued to smoke it like all the way through to where I came to Mexico. Just a little over a year ago. You see these entities when you smoke enough of it. You hear about these people talking about this on Joe Rogan. So in this program, you continue to fast. The portions don't get any better. And what you're fasting for is they're going to let you smoke some DMT. Now, I've smoked DMT 1,000 times. Or not 1,000 times. I would say 100 times. I don't know. I would notice that I would see these entities and all this other stuff. And then when I smoked it after I got smacked around by grandpa and have gone through this healing experience, whoa, you do not see, and I've smoked it more than 10 times since then. I don't see those things at all anymore. Like, all I feel is this benevolent energy. I see myself surfing on like reality truth surfing on waves, and I feel this massive amount of light. It feels like I can just peer into the divine simulation that seems to be emanated from the sun, which I believe is like a quantum frequency generator, server of sorts that serves this reality. Now, it has negative and positive polarity just like the Earth and just like the sun does. There's some poles to it. Now, you can be tuned into the negative polarity of the divine simulation that's emanated from the sun, or you can be tuned into the positive polarity. The positive polarity, as is above, is so below, yin, yang, you get the picture. Heaven, hell. So when you smoke DMT, you're peering into God's creation of endless possibility, and you're looking into the actual source code of the divine simulation that our beloved Father has created for us. When we continued to fast after we got smacked around by Grandpa, they gave us some DMT. You know, it was a completely different experience than every other of the 100 times that I've smoked it. I don't see any of these entities whatsoever. So I came to find out, or came to realize, that guys, if you're smoking this and you see those things, those are your demons. You are coming face to face with your demons. And looking back on all the other times that I've done it, I'm like, oh, whoa, that was a bad idea. Smoking this stuff without going through this healing process first, if you see those entities, it's a bad sign. You are looking directly in the face of the enemy. Those things are not just like aliens, bro. Those are your demons. And you're looking straight at them. It's what I've come to realize. You do this fasting, and then the food doesn't get any better. You're really hungry at this point. Did I mention that? Then the shaman comes, and they got the drink. The one that everybody goes to cure their trauma down in Peru. I don't agree with that at all. Whatsoever. Because that's the same thing. It's like DMT. Taking this to try to heal your trauma. I feel better now, bro. No. This is equivalent to, you got to go through getting smacked by Grandpa. He does all the hard, heavy lifting. Grandma sits in the house and gives you a hug after Grandpa whoops your ass. But going and getting a hug from Grandpa and trying to avoid Grandpa outside that's working outside because you know he's going to whoop the shit out of you is not the way. You can't just go by and sneak into Grandma's house and get a hug from her because you know you're spun out and you know Grandpa's going to beat the shit out of you if he sees you. And then dip out before you see Grandpa. Like, it doesn't work that way. You go through the process, you drink the drink. You've just been through a lot. You've been through, because soon as you've got smacked around by Grandpa and all the shit gets washed away from you, all the pain and trauma, you still remember all the memories. It seems like it's a past life, but that pain and those scars are real, dude. Like myself, I cry and I pray every day asking God for forgiveness for the crimes that I committed. I ask him to, be with the family. I sold drugs, I stole semis, I'm a convicted fraudster. I did identity, all this crap, bullshit. When you're washed away of everything that was causing you to do this, it's like the scars are real. You know that you went through some shit. That's right after Grandpa beats the dog shit out of you. Then you walk in the house and Grandma's there looking at you. And that's the ayahuasca. And when you take it, I would suggest there's a song by Kevin James called The Essence of All. That was a song they were playing. It was just this magical healing experience that just felt like Mother Earth, or the reality, God's beautiful simulation was just, our Lord Jesus Christ was just hugging you. You just feel all this really powerful sense of love. Now, you see all these people that didn't go see Grandpa, that skipped that and try to go in and get a hug from Grandpa. You see all them online. They go down there and drink that drink thinking they're going to get healed of all this trauma. It ain't working. Because the DMT, when you smoke it, you'll come face it's like a complete, when you smoke it, it's like you blast off with the alien. You're like looking at these demons and stuff. It's crazy. But when you drink it, depends on how much you drink, but it's like, blasting off and seeing, I guess some people have drank enough to see the demons too. You want to get a hug from Grandma. And the only way you do that is if you get your ass beat from Grandpa outside first. Then you walk in the house, then you get a hug from Grandpa, then she gives you the cookies, then you're on your way. Everything's been washed away. That's how you use that. That's how it's done. Because the grandpa's ass beating, it's not like you heal from grandpa's ass beating like right away. This stuff is working on reinstalling that operating system for a couple weeks afterwards. You're kind of in this like twilighty stage because he beat the shit out of you. So you're just kind of recovering. When you get your equilibrium back and you're do the ayahuasca or whatever, you can do yoga, continue your routine. But at this point, the 12 weeks is over. And the person you used to be is dead. You're reborn. America, I promise you this is true. I promise. I'm living proof of it. This will work. I'm serious. We need this. We need it so bad. So I hope my message will be well received. It's not going to be the end of the book of Daniel. This is just not even close. Because if you think they're just going to hear this and let us just do it, yeah, you guys don't know the power of the demons that are at work. But luckily, God gave me an ace up my sleeve. Yeah, he did. You're going to love the next segment. He prepared me for battle. That's the end of what the actual solution is. Will he let us do it? Hell no, they won't. You kidding me? Everything I just explained to you, you can go look at that School of Hard Knocks guy, the Venmo interview, the guy that owned Venmo. He says has a shirt on that says don't die, that he says he plans on never dying. I know what type of methods he's using. I just explained them to you. Except the only difference between what I just explained and what he knows is he loves stem cells. I didn't say I'm talking about using your own stem cells and using the hyperbaric chamber to expose your own stem cells. He likes little babies stem cells, lots of them. He wants a huge stockpile of them. That's why they promote, you know what they promote. You know what they promote. That's what they need it for before they get rid of us. Massive amount of stem cells, very important. So he's pretty much living the life of everything that whole program, he's just doing that every single day. That's just his life, living that program. Don't believe me? Look at me. I'm living proof that this works. It costs $100,000 to incarcerate somebody for 1 year in state prison of California. It costs $86,000 a year to incarcerate somebody in the county jail. All the equipment's still there. We don't even need to build a building. Eastmax is 90% empty. It has the huge boiler. It has all the space. It's right next to the fire camp program that could be the first step. Trust me, I know these jails like the back of my hand. I know the whole facilities like the back of my hand. I know what resources. I've been in the boiler rooms. I've been in the kitchens. I know exactly how to do this. Okay, love you, America. And as always, you can like and subscribe, share it to a family member that may have lost a child to opium epidemic, has a child currently suffering. Share it with anybody you'd like. Share it with all your friends. Post it on Facebook. Do whatever. But more than anything, as always, here on the Book of Daniel, we would appreciate a prayer for me, my family, and for those currently suffering. That's what we stand for here. We believe in the power of prayer. You can like and subscribe if you want, but I think those prayers work a little better.